Hippopato monstros scripidaliophobia. Hippopato monstros scripidaliophobia. Hippopato monstros scripidaliophobia. What in the world is going on? That's the fear of long words. It's a fear that I've had many, many times.
Let's get on down to the heart of the matter. We know with God we can win. Let's get on down to
It's a thrill once again to be with you on this Tuesday night here as July has begun. July, that is. And we're thankful that you have come to Home Teams once again. And we're going to be talking about the fear of life and fear of things that happen to us and how it plays a role in our existence. But before we start, I know the crowd breaker tonight was, who was your favorite teacher? I had many favorite teachers, but if I went through my schooling, I will say that in my high school years I had a teacher that was my chemistry teacher. His name was Doc Reed. And the truth was, I never got anything but a C in his class. I'm not proud to tell you that because it did affect my GPA when I graduated. I graduated in the top 25, and minus that row of C's, I probably would have graduated a little higher. But the truth is what Doc Reed taught me in that class really enabled me to get straight A's in my physics class the very next year. He was just that kind of a teacher. A lot of fun. He would order pizzas for us, and sometimes he would show us slideshows of some concert that he had went to for class. And then most days he would sitting on his desk with the overhead projector beside him, and he would just write and spray and write and spray, and that was the essence of the class. But he really did impact my life, and I enjoyed having him as a teacher. I'm sure you had a great teacher like that as well, that helped you through some of your scholastic endeavors. And of course, prayerfully, you have also a great teacher in your life that teaches you not just things of this world's information, but also an eternal teacher that will help guide you, as they called Jesus Rabbi. Rabbi essentially meant a teacher. Who is that great teacher that you have? I hope you've got that person pegged in your life, and buy tapes and CDs and instruction manuals and so forth from this individual, whatever they offer, so that they could teach you things that are eternal. That's what our subject is tonight, talking about eternal things. And fear is one of the realities that we all live with in our life. And we want to make sure that fear doesn't dominate our existence, because while I quoted that word earlier, hippopato monstros scripidaliophobia, which means the fear of long words or large words, there is also another fear that's called panophobia, which is essentially the fear of all things. Fears are real. Phobias can literally get you bound to where you are governed and ruled by these fears, and they're constantly dominating your consciousness, and they're not healthy, and they can dominate you. But we know amusement parks are built on the essence of conquering fear. There's some roller coasters on the top of a building in Las Vegas that will literally hang you over the side of the building and make you think that that you're going over the edge of a high-rise building. These fears are real, and you know, the fear of falling and the fear of loud noises is a natural fear. I believe it was Mr. Rood who said that we're born with these two fears. Every other fear, other than the fear of loud noises and the fear of falling, are learned fears. The exciting news about that is if they're learned fears, then they can be unlearned, the ones that are not healthy. And of course, we want to make sure that in this setting tonight, we're not just talking about life. I'm not trying to just be a life coach, but my endeavor tonight is to enable you to differentiate between what is healthy and what is unhealthy. It was in Ezekiel, the 22nd chapter, verse 26, where the prophets were in trouble with God, and Ezekiel was being used by God to prophesy to these people. And the priesthood, the leaders of the spiritual life of the people. And the reason they were in trouble with God was because they had not instructed the people how to determine what was holy and what was profane or unholy. They did not teach the people to discern between the things that were clean and the things that were not clean. While there is a natural understanding of what is clean and what is not clean, what is separate unto God and what is not separate unto God, or profane and holy, you need to understand that there is an application in your life to figure out what is the distinction, what is a healthy fear and what is